Welcome back to the Mirrors Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Brady Steer, my brother Leo. Let's go. Um, I want to start off this episode by kind of starting a little different. I want to ask you a question, and I'm I'm gonna frame it in the way like it is reflective, but it's almost it's looking into the future, but it's looking into the near future while reflecting on things from the past to try to um, guess the future correctly,
hmm
educated guess, things like that. So when this releases, is going to be after the game's already come out.
Yeah, I have the same
But
topic.
okay, this is good. We didn't plan this, but I want to ask a question thinking about what's going to happen. And then we can kind of come back to it later to see where we were right, where we were wrong. So this weekend, a game called Battlefield 6 is coming out. A lot of hype and excitement about it. Leo
hmm
and I specifically have liked this game since we were little, and I can speak for myself. It's always been like my favorite. Like I played some Call of Duty growing up, but I was always a Battlefield guy, where not a lot of people have played kind of all the things. And Leo, you've never been not a Battlefield guy, but you were also more of a Call of Duty guy than I ever was.
Yeah,
And so,
especially when I was younger. I played more Call of Duty for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. So this is just exciting time for me as a young adult now. I can actually like buy it and play it a little bit here. Um, but how I'm going to segue this, how I'm going to work it into what we're doing here is okay, reflecting on previous versions of Battlefield, previous games in the franchise, and then games in general with the game coming out this weekend. What do you anticipate are going to be things that you're going to love about it? And what do you anticipate are going to be things that you hope they change, hope they modify a little bit as the game continues.
I think playing the beta obviously gives you a good idea of a lot of the game. That's the whole point of the beta. I think my favorite part so far that we've seen and been able to play is just obviously the environment and the graphics, the destruction, all that. Like the atmosphere's so good so far. And then while also keeping it like grounded, like they wanted to say, so it feels like a war, like you're in a war, you know, as a soldier. And I mean that's the main thing I hope they keep up with. That's what a lot of people
Mhm.
talk about too. They just hope they keep up with the don't do anything super flashy. Like I'm fine with skins and whatever, but not, you know, the whole that commercial, remember they like make fun of the actors and the funny skins.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
it's
Yep.
hilarious. So I just hope they I love the atmosphere and I hope they keep it all like realistic in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just focus on the things that we think we're gonna love first, and then we can go just to keep it nice and segmented.
Mhm.
I agree with you. I think the realism is gonna be awesome. I think the immersiveness, I think that's the best word. Like it's gonna be immersive.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel like it's real, it's gonna sound like a battlefield, it's gonna like kind of scare you every once in a while. It's gonna be really intense where you're like going through a doorway trying to like clear out a room. I think that's gonna be awesome. I think that the importance of a squad is gonna be still there,
hmm
which I'm hopeful for. I could be wrong in that, but I think the importance of like having a respawn beacon or your squad mates staying alive or getting ammo from them or whatever is going to be important, which I'm really excited for. Um, and just I'm excited that at least in my experience, and I think this will be the same, you can play very different ways on every single map,
hmm
right? Close range, medium, long range, explosiveness, more medic wise. So I think all of that is going to stay the same. And I'm really excited for the class specific, squad importance, and then just the immersiveness of it. I think is going to be awesome still.
Yeah, I think playing like having your squad matter, I think that plays a lot into the actual players themselves and not always the game. Like you can have these specific perks for each class, and only certain people can give ammo, whatever. But it's all about the players that know how to like use them, so that the whole community of Battlefield plays correctly. It's not gonna be
Mhm.
perfect in that sense, but as long as it's like good, like it should be
Yeah.
better than the
It's
beta.
like one of the stereotypical annoying things is when you need ammo and there's three guys around you and they don't drop ammo. It's like,
Yeah.
ah, figure it
Or
out. That's not the game's fault. It's like the players. And then we've noticed, at least in the past, some of the good teams, there's ways to beat this if you're smart, obviously. But
mhm,
some of the good teams, they just follow each other and keep healing each other. It's
mhm.
just like a team full of medics, but they're all friends and they just keep reviving each other.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, they don't go away. It's
Yeah.
like obviously then they're lacking in, explosives, they're lacking in ammo and things like that. So you got to be smart to counter that. But
Mhm.
um, yeah. I guess anything else that you're really looking forward to, positive wise?
Well, I would say it's less specific about the game, but there hasn't really been a good first person shooter in a while that I've enjoyed.
Hmm.
I've talked to you since like Modern Warfare 2019 was the last one I really enjoyed playing. We played Battlefield
Yeah, I think
2042, which was, I think we liked it, or at least I liked it more than the community, but I didn't like, it wasn't an amazing game. It just was fun and satisfying to play at times.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we almost played it because that was the option. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
I
we
think I
settled
think that's
for it.
accurate.
Still,
Yeah.
we still had
And
fun with it, but I'm excited to.
it still had destructive qualities, but it was fun, but
Yeah,
it wasn't great.
it was very different than what people are used to in Battlefield, and I don't think it worked
Mhm,
out that well. Obviously, it didn't get that much that much credit or whatever, but
mhm. I remember not enjoying there still was, but like I would say lack of destruction in the last Battlefield
mhm.
too. And it's like you almost kind of got used to it a little bit. And then with the beta, I was like, oh yeah, we were missing that big time.
Yeah, if you see like videos of 2042 destruction, like a wall blowing up, and then the beta in Battlefield 6, it's like night and day difference. Like it feels so much better in Battlefield 6 already.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What are some things you think are gonna need some modification or you're gonna want to change about the game?
Um, I think the trickiest part about Battlefield, in my opinion, is the vehicles. I feel like so
Mm,
it's really easy to make vehicles super overpowered. Like my least favorite part about the beta, I would say, is when there were like 10 engineers sitting on a tank on the backside of a tank healing it. It was like impossible. I put 5 RPG shots into it and it doesn't go down at all because they're just constantly healing it. So you need to like
mhm,
flank way around the tank just to have a chance at blowing it up. But I mean, there's counters to that because there's like they added back in where you need to get ammo in your vehicle, which prevents like the sniping tanks in the bigger maps, which that part I like.
mm,
Um, but yeah, it's just the balance. And then I almost didn't see any sort of like aircraft do anything in a game, which is fun because I can't control them very well. However, if I
yeah.
could, I would be annoyed. And I think they're changing that where you can't hold 2 launchers, so not everyone's going to have an RPG and a anti-aircraft, which is probably
Yeah.
good. There's just a balance of making the vehicles too overpowered and like honestly way too skill based, which I know is like a lame thing to say, and I consider myself good at the game. But like
Yeah.
there's a difference between someone getting 70 kills in a helicopter that's just impossible to kill and a good player.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. So you're basically saying that there's gonna be one way or another, there's gonna be some modifications to the vehicles. They're gonna make them stronger or weaker or
Yeah,
add a counter to them, something.
it's yeah, I don't even know if I'd say I guess I would say that, but it's more like I'm skeptical and nervous on how they're gonna balance them. So I don't want it
Mhm.
to be, like not fun to play certain maps if vehicles are gonna be too too good in them.
Yeah, and not initially with the last game, but just to go off your point, the little bird, once people got used to it in the previous game, was
Hmm.
just unstoppable after because
Yeah.
it was so fast and the Rockets didn't catch it and then it would just come in and kill you in 2 seconds. It's just like if somebody was a decent pilot after a while, it was just okay. Well, they have one of those, we don't. We're probably gonna lose. So
Yeah. And this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I think with the helicopters specifically, the biggest thing that makes them so hard to kill is like they can go 3 times further outside the map than you can. So they can just fly like way low on a part of a map that you can't even see, or else you'll die going out
mm,
there. And I think that if you're good enough, again, it all comes down to skill, but it's like there's certain things that take skill doesn't mean they're necessarily good for the game. Um, but it's
mm.
just like if you're good enough, you can just do that every 20 seconds and you'll never die because you just get your flares back.
That's a that's an interesting thought of maybe because I do need to be able to go outside of the map a little bit
Yeah.
just with the nature, but it's like, okay, can we shrink that?
Hmm.
Make it a little closer so that if somebody's at the edge of the map, they can actually still hit you versus I'm as close as I can get and I still can't hit you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of
It's
thing.
like there should never be a point in the map where it's impossible to get hit by an anti-aircraft gun. I feel like if
Hmm.
I get there should be parts where it's a lot harder to get hit, right? Like weaving in and out of buildings. That's fine because there needs to be
Oh, I mean,
buildings
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's really good maneuvering, but you're still in the map. So if someone's on the opposite side of or if two people are on opposite sides of the building, you'll likely get at least targeted.
Like two things are true, right? If the map is as big as the screen here, if I'm here with anti-air and the helicopter's here, I shouldn't be able to hit it
Hmm.
because that helicopter can't do anything. At the same time, right? If I'm here and it's here and there's going around a building or a mountain, yeah, you can't hit it. But if it's flying away and I'm here, I should be able to hit it. Or if it's out of the map and I'm here, I
Yeah.
should be able to hit it. Because it's like, I can't get any closer to you. This is stupid.
Hmm.
So yes, two things can be true at the same time where we don't want unreasonably long lock on, but it doesn't seem long enough with how fast they can get away too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's good. My thoughts with it, what I anticipate, I'm anticipating some of the gadgets or specials are gonna be need to be nerfed in the first couple months.
Yeah.
I think somebody's gonna upgrade, let's just say the recon class to level 50 or whatever. I'm just making that up. And they're gonna unlock like the fourth recon, and it's gonna be, every 3 minutes you have a bubble around you where you can see every enemy for 20 seconds. And that's just gonna it's gonna sound like, oh, Battlefield's so big, but it's like you're gonna play Rush and you're gonna be able to see like all 20 enemies behind the wall. And it's gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
Um
On
I
the
hope that's not the case,
I will
but
say
that's
yeah, yeah,
go
sorry,
ahead.
sorry. On the flip
Mhm.
side, there's almost certainly going to be a lot of gadgets that just no one ever uses because they're so bad, right? It's
Mhm.
like I don't they don't need to be in the game, but they should be, buffed up to be good enough to play with.
Mhm. I do. I want something like that. I'm thinking of like one of the most useful gadgets if you have a whole like team, not just squad, but like team that's communicating is like laser designators
Hmm.
on bigger maps. But nobody uses them because even if you laser something for forever, nobody ever shoots at it. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, why do I have this? But it's like that should be in the game because it's a real thing in real life.
Hmm.
But also, if you make it, that's one of those gadgets where if you make it too easy to use, then it's going to be no fun being in vehicles because everybody's using this laser thing and then people just go boop and you're dead. And it's like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
So, again, it's like some things are going to need to be nerfed. And I agree with your point. Like, some things are not going to be used. So, trying to find the balance, I think, will be important.
Hmm.
I'm mostly nervous early on. There's going to be one or two gadgets that everybody's going to use. It's like, all right, nobody's playing support class because all the good gadgets are in assault and recon.
Yeah. And that's
So,
true for a lot of games, right? That just there's going to be like 3 loadouts, including weapons and everything that everyone's going to use, or the majority of players are going to use just because they're the best and everyone knows they're the
mhm.
best and everyone wants to be good, so they all do like research on like what's the best. Like I like looking
Yeah.
at like classes and stuff for Call of Duty, for example, but I don't copy them necessarily. I'll just like get ideas and maybe I'll test them out. But then but then I like making my own stuff and like what works for me. But a lot of people just will, there'll be like one gun that half the players use probably.
It reminds me of Rainbow Six Siege. I think it's a really cool idea for a game. It was awesome when it came out. It got very sweaty's maybe the right word, maybe the wrong word, but it got sweaty and they just changed it so much when it came out that it got a lot worse, I think. And
Hmm.
one of the things that happened is it should be gadget oriented and it is to an extent, but most of the people that are especially good, it's all about the gun that's in the class and if it has a 2 times zoom scope or not.
Hmm. Like that
So it's like
little
everybody's going to use
pistol.
Doc and yeah, everybody's going to use a Doc and an SMG with a 2 times scope. Whatever class has that, that's being used
Hmm.
every single game, attack or defend. And it's just like you're always facing the same three enemies the whole time. And it's just,
Yeah.
you got silly. So I don't want Battlefield to turn into that. I don't expect that, obviously,
Hmm.
but to the extent where it's making sure the gadgets are good enough to use in situations, and also ones that maybe a gadget is really good, but maybe it has to be close range. So it's like if you're playing a big map conquest, it's in it good in the base, but it's pointless everywhere else, or vice versa. That's fine. You
Hmm.
can't have something that everybody's using all the time just because it's the best one. Um,
Yeah.
the other thing I'll say that I anticipate, and again, this is not a game issue, but it's more of a person issue.
Mhm.
I think sniping is essential to Battlefield. It's one of those things that you have these huge maps that people can snipe from a long ways away. But sniping on conquest and stuff like that, I think is fine. Whatever. It's when you get too many snipers in a rush mode or a breakthrough mode. It's
Hmm.
just if you're gonna just sit back and snipe and there's like five of you, just go play conquest or some other game mode because
Yeah.
a lot of times it ruins the map when the defenders half of the team is snipers, and so the offense just runs right through them.
Yeah.
Um, so that's what I anticipate is like that's still gonna happen because people like to snipe. But if you're a sniper out there, if you're in a game and you want to snipe like a breakthrough, I get that. But if there's multiple snipers already on your team, don't do it. Go
Yeah.
to
And
conquest.
if there's like, if you're playing really well, if you're like 20-2 with the sniper, like that warrants you to keep
And you're
sniping.
spotting people and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's more to sniping than just sitting back and shooting people. A lot of the best snipers, I feel like, don't sit way back in the map. Like when I try to snipe, I try to be like somewhat aggressive and like actually shooting people on objectives and everything. I don't sit back and just try to get headshots on other snipers or whatever it is.
Yeah, spawn points or whatever. Yeah,
And then
exactly.
and then to your point of the offense just runs through them if there's people sniping. It's like if I'm on offense in that situation, it's so annoying going against 10 snipers, but I also know we're going to destroy them in the game, which makes it even less
Mm.
fun, I think, because like we're going to win because you guys are making it easy to push you, but it's not going to be fun because I'm going to get sniped every 20 seconds.
It's like I'm gonna get every objective easily, but I'm also gonna die and not get any kills because you're way back there.
Yeah. Or like you at least can't run out in the open anywhere. Like you'd get like either body shot and then someone else would finish you off or whatever it would be. You'd need to like be super close quarters and you'd probably barely see people in that case, especially in a breakthrough game mode.
Mhm. Which again, that's an argument for sniping on those maps, but I guess, and you're not saying against this, but my biggest thing is just have a couple snipers that like. There's
Mhm.
so many maps where it's 32 on 32 and there's eight snipers, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, get it's annoying.
Mhm.
If you really want to snipe that bad, go do conquest, and if you want to snipe in a breakthrough mode, just wait till you recognize that you're the only one or the only squad that's sniping there, or whatever.
Yeah. Or like actually snipe people on the objective.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if
true,
you
true. Don't just look down the long alleyway that's not even close. Yeah.
and if you notice your team's losing or you're not doing well, then have the knowledge to actually like switch and try something different for that game. The next game you can try sniping again and see how that works. But like don't
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sit there and not help at all.
It's one of the fun parts about Battlefield is the community cares more about the wins than the KD,
Yeah.
which I think is incredible. Obviously, there's individuals and things. I get in those moments too, for sure. But you're really good at that. I know. Just like let's try to make a play. Screw it. See what happens.
It's I will say it's easier when you like are more confident in actually making the play. Like there'll be
Mhm.
times where I like let's make a play and then I'll die right away, right? But then there'll be times I jump on an objective and I get like 7 kills and it's awesome. That's because we play a lot and we're good at we're good at these types of games and not everyone can do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Be smart with it. But okay. Yeah. We always go longer on these topics, and I think we are lately.
Yeah.
But did you have anything else? You said you were gonna bring it up, I guess too.
Well, I have a topic related to Battlefield. Well, it's related to video games and it's because Battlefield's coming out. And basically it's another question to you, but it's just pretty general. What in your opinion makes a game so good? Like if you think of all of your favorite games or your favorite game that you've ever played, what's like the main thing that makes the games good, or what's your favorite part about your favorite game? I can, if you need
Mhm.
time to think, I can.
No, I like answering right away just because it's the natural.
Yeah.
It's like why reporters go on the field after sports games. Like, how do you feel? And they're like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I okay. First thing is that came to mind was replayability.
Hmm.
There's a lot of games I think are really fun, but I'm like, that was fun. Won't play it again. So replayability is one. Another one is like immersiveness. I want to feel like I'm in another place. So even though the graphics maybe were not awesome back in the days, when you played Star Wars Battlefront or Battlefront 2, you're like, "Oh, I'm on Mustafar. I'm on whatever." And it just like felt cool to like
Hmm.
be in these places that were your favorites from movies or game or books or movies and things like that. Um Even like a Hogwarts Legacy was it's a good game in general. People that don't even like Harry Potter or whatever will play it, but it's what makes it awesome for people is that I'm in the Harry Potter world and they
Yeah.
like created this from the books, from the
Yeah.
movies, and it looks just like it. So that, and then the other thing I'd say, so I got replayability, immersiveness, and then nowadays for me it is graphics.
Hmm.
It's not the most important thing, but if the graphics are cool, I'll just be like, dang, this is like entertainment here. It just feels like a good show. So
Yeah. I get that. So for me, I was trying to think about it. I think at least the thing that makes me enjoy a game, not necessarily has to be my favorite, but if a game is like smooth and the movement and animation stuff feel good, then I'm gonna be way more willing to play it and like try it more than a game that is like super clunky.
funky,
It's
yeah.
just like it's so unsatisfying to play. And it can be different genres like Rocket League. We play Rocket League a lot and the game feels super smooth. Like the ability you have full control of your car or whatever, that feels really smooth. And then like Battlefield 6 felt pretty dang smooth in the beta. And it's a reason another reason why it's like fun to me. It's not like you can just crouch and sprint. You like can actually like feel like you're moving how you want to move. It's not like over the top or anything like that, but it feels nice and smooth. And then there's games. Honestly, the one I thought of, it's a little bit of an exception maybe, but games like Ghost Recon Wildlands, we love that game when we played it because of like the concept of it, but I'm not going to sit here and say the movement was great, right? We I played it.
Yeah, that could use some improvement.
It could like I played it in spite of the clunkiness. It wasn't like super clunky, but it wasn't as satisfying as some of these other games.
Mhm. Well, one other thing came to mind because again, I'm trying to, in purpose of mirrors, like what we're doing here, is I'm like reflecting on really why, as you were talking, I was thinking more and more like, what is it and why do I like it, whatever. One thing, and you'll know this is true once I say it, at least for me, is if something is a real life thing, I want the game to be very realistic.
Hmm.
If it's a very fantasy whatever thing, then have fun, make it whatever. But I want I want if I played 2K or Madden or something, I want it to be like real football, real basketball.
Hmm.
Whereas like some of the stuff people are doing, are like this is just stupid. It's silly. I'm thinking like 2K on the court, people doing backflips and
Yeah.
360s, swishing the ball. I'm like, I hate that. Similar, I think why I like Battlefield more than Call of Duty, for example, is I don't want to see unlimited sprinting, jump slide, dolphin dive with a 360 sniper. It's like if you carry a sniper in real life,
Yeah.
you can't run more than 9 miles an hour. Like this is just silly to me, and you're swapping weapons so fast, and then there's the skins and stuff like that too. So again, I'm kind of spitballing here, but reflecting on why do I like certain games? If it's a real life thing like war sports, I want it to resemble that as much as a game can. And so those are the games I tend to like as well.
Yeah. But then I think for the war aspect, there's like the mil sim games, like what's that one called? Hell Hell Let Loose, that one?
Oh
That like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
popular, it's a mil sim, so it's supposed to be like hyper realistic in a video game. I think that's for me for a video game, that's like too much or becomes then unsatisfying because like I'm still playing a video game here. Like I get I want to be in it. And some people love that. But for me
Yeah,
it's like that's a little too far. I think Battlefield is a great sweet spot. Some people even say that could be a little bit more realistic at times. Um
I agree. I agree.
so that would be my thing. And then the other thing with the movement that I like you said graphics matter to you a lot and I agree. However, to me it's more so the I don't want to say atmosphere because that can be many things, like the sound and everything too. But like it's almost like the lighting and stuff. Because like Valheim, for example, that's like a pixelated game, and if you just like strip down the graphics, they're not great. Right? It's not meant to be great. That's also why it's
Yeah, yeah,
super low,
yeah.
like storage and everything, and it runs decently smooth, whatever. But it's like that way for a reason. However, what they do really well is like the wind and the leaves and the lighting and the sky. Like the graphics look bad, but if at certain angles they look to me they look fantastic just because of the way they
Yeah.
do everything else in the game. So I think that to me matters a little bit more than just plain like graphics and
Mhm.
like clean looking graphics. Obviously there'd be a benefit if it also had those types of graphics, I think, but
Yeah,
it's
100%.
just like slightly
That's
different.
that's fun. And I think if somebody's listening to this, they can think about why, it's like why do I like what I like?
Hmm.
Almost kind of question.
Yeah.
Um and in terms of like Battlefield, it's coming up, so reflecting on the past, why do I think it's going to be this way? What am I expecting? It would be fun to see. I'd be curious if maybe in a couple of weeks we record and we're like, told you that gadget is stupid. I'm glad they're gonna nerf it.
Yeah.
Or if we're like just surprised to be like, holy cow, this has been nothing
Yeah.
like I thought it was
Might have
gonna
to
be. I don't
delete
know.
this episode.
So that'd be fun. Sorry, did you have any other questions with that in regard? I don't
um
want to cut you off.
No, I don't think so. I did want to say another just example is one of my favorite games of all time that I think is honestly one of the most, if not the most underrated game from my childhood is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2. You know this
It's a bold claim. Okay. Okay, decent game though. Yeah, I
because
think people like that one.
when I like ever bring it up or like even if you try to look it up, there's not a lot on the game.
Yeah.
No one ever says that they've played it that I've talked to. Um, not including my family
Oh,
members. But then, like if you try to look up videos, there's like not a lot of gameplay videos on it or whatever. They're like playthroughs. I watched one time. I think I was like the only one available. But I think it was honestly ahead of its time for
mm,
what it was because that was like a pretty much open world. But like it was cool. You could like buy boomerangs and stuff. You actually had to earn the money to buy like better boomerangs. They had like all the elements. The movement was pretty good and it was fun. It was very satisfying throwing. boomerangs to kill
That
people.
was satisfying. It's a 2002 game,
Yeah,
so 23 years old.
yeah. Like I just played that so much on the PS2. I have the remastered versions on the Xbox that I've played
Oh,
through.
cool.
So it's yeah, it's just that's one of the things where I think they did everything kind of that we were talking about right. Obviously the graphics, it's meant to be like a cartoony game and it's 2002 so it's not going to have this year's graphics. But they had
Yeah.
the smooth movement and it's satisfying. It was open, pretty replayable in that sense. There's even like racing as part of it. So if you like don't want to
Hmm.
go through the main game, you can like do a couple races. That also feels pretty good. So I just wanted to
Okay.
bring that up to because it's so underrated. I figured I'd bring it up.
When you're and you reflect on it, I was listening to you, just the highlighting the things that you liked about it, like the smoothness. There's different ways to play it.
Hmm.
You actually had to earn, certain
Yeah,
things that you wanted to buy. You had to like play a little bit to get what you wanted, and the open world aspect. That sounds like a thing
yeah.
too. I was looking. Well, they made multiple Tasmanian Tiger games, so it had some sort of audience.
Hmm.
10 out of 10 on Steam,
Really?
7.9 on IGN. I'm looking at 6 out of 10 on Nintendo Life. But
It's probably not great on the Switch.
yeah, yeah, maybe not. But I was surprised to see 10 out of 10 on Steam. That might be because people that are rating it really love it, like yourself. Like you'd give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But still, that's surprising to see. So I just wanted to back up your claim of like, hey, that's a pretty good game back in the day. Uh, there's a C.S. Lewis. This is like, wait, C.S. Lewis, what the heck? C.S. Lewis has a quote about chronological snobbery, which I think comes up a lot, which basically means a lot of people think they are smarter just because they existed after somebody.
Yeah.
And so we're naturally smarter than people that lived in the 1200s because they were all stupid back then. It's like we might have different opportunities, but when it comes down to it, that's actually not true and probably not true at all, considering
Yeah.
the life they had around them that didn't get sucked in by entertainment in a negative way and whatnot.
Hmm.
Um, but I think it can definitely happen in terms of games as well, where some of the best games are 2012, 2014, 2002. The graphics aren't that good. And so maybe not, maybe we don't like them as much, but even some of the best movies of all time
Hmm.
would objectively be in the 1900s, but the acting and the quality. Think about the newest Star Wars movie,
Hmm.
quality graphics, entertainment, light show, explosions, versus the first one that came out. Everybody loves the original trilogy because of the story behind it and stuff and the
Yeah.
creation of it. But it's like, man, if you watch Luke fight Darth Vader and Palpatine, is like, those are supposed to be three of the top like five strongest Jedi's ever. That
Yeah.
what? That's so lame. What is that fight? Like, come on, pick it up. But if they were to redo that now, I bet they would be epic because of
Hmm.
the quality they can make. So yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes complete sense. And it's like in a vacuum, like yes, kind of like what you're saying with being smarter than people so long ago. Like yes, we probably have way more access to information and a lot more knowledgeable in things than those people. But like compared to the time period and what we do have access to, we're probably not even
Mhm.
close, honestly, to like people back then, you know?
Think about I don't want to go on too big of a tangent, but like Michelangelo and the painting of the Sistine Chapel and things like people can't paint like that nowadays. And you could have a machine that takes you up there. Think about how he had to get up to the top of that roof in a
Yeah.
massive building.
Yeah.
And he's
That's
painting up
crazy.
there and it's that good. And he like what does he have to erase mistakes with? Well, I don't know. It's insane. Like actually put yourself in his shoes, what he made, what he crafted, his inventions, everything like that. It's just
Hmm. Yeah.
like,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
someone like Leonardo da Vinci, we do a lot of things because of his work, but it's like, what did he have to go off of?
Hmm. Yeah.
Brain, and probably some things we don't know about, like other people around him. But We're not automatically smarter. Things aren't automatically better just because they're newer. However, kind of coming full circle here, we can kind of anticipate how things will go based on what happened previously.
Hmm.
So in terms of Battlefield and other games, I'm looking very much forward to it. Tough task for them because everybody is looking forward to it. So if
Yeah.
it's a flop, they're gonna hear about it.
Hmm.
But I don't think it'll be a flop based on the beta.
I think, yeah, based on the beta and just how much hype it has, it's going to be so hard for it to be a flop. Because even the other Battlefields that have been flops, like 2042 was a flop. Like no one liked the beta either. Like everyone thought the same way about the beta as the game. Right? I get they can change. That's the whole point of a beta is to change it, but it's not going to be a new game, right? If it's even if
Yeah,
we
yeah.
even if it was exactly like the beta on release, I would still have a ton of fun playing it. So like no added.
That would just be, yeah. If nothing else was added, I was just thinking it would be hard to play repeatedly over a
Yeah,
couple months.
yeah,
Would be the biggest difference.
yeah. Which obviously there's going to be a bunch of added stuff. So
But it would still be a fun weekend.
yeah,
So okay, sweet. Well, I didn't get up to my other topic, which is okay because I'll save it for next time.
yeah,
I did this happen last time too, and I don't remember what I was going to talk about then either. So
yeah, yeah.
I'm just failing on
You write it
remembering what I
down.
have, but I know this one I actually did. The last one I was like, where is that? I must have just had it in my head that I wanted to talk about. But okay, well, get your squad ready. Battlefield 6 is, well, it's already out by the time we release this podcast, but
Hmm.
it'll be fun. We can do, I don't know what we're going to title this. Maybe Battlefield preview review, something like that. I don't know. Um, See if we were right or wrong about things. I don't
Yeah.
know. Looking forward to it. So, okay. Catch you guys next time. Peace.